Known as a musical mainstay of Gippsland for 3 decades, the Steaming Monzas are back. Performing as the tight 10-piece that everyone remembers, the Monzas display a perfect blend of musicianship with a love of performing at every show. With original members performing alongside more recent ones, the legendary Steaming Monzas are a live experience not to be missed. We caught up with the Monzas on Friday night at Sporting Legends in Sale.
I got married in February '92, and Steve called me up a week later after I'd vowed off bands and asked me if I would like to join a new band he was putting together, and I said, yeah, okay.
Well, what made you want to...
Thanks, Sophie.
What made you want to start this band?
Brass section. Playing in a band with the brass section. That was probably one of the big ideas behind it. But again, I've got a little point that I remember. Do you remember K9, the movie?
Yes.
When he walks the dog and he lets it in the car with the poodle.
Yeah.
And he gets in the car with the poodle, a purebred poodle, and then he jumps out of the, his owner's going, come on, come on, come on. And the dog jumps out of the car and it goes, ow, ow, I feel good. And that was it. And I remember hearing I Feel Good, and I thought, man, we've got to play that song.
The history of the Steaming Monzas, well, you should do that, but it started with Jerry Lang and the Junctions, didn't it?
It sort of did, yeah.
And manoeuvred on.
And then we were very, very lucky because the Blues Brothers and the Commitments were huge, and Stevie Schultz came up with the idea of doing a band with doing that sort of material and trying to crack onto that sort of popularity.
You know, on reflection, when we started, it was just one of those things you do, and then you just realise how lucky we've been and how fortunate we are to sort of be able to get back and do it again. It's just, yeah, it's really...
What else would you rather be doing on a Friday night?
Yeah.
Playing at Sale at Legends.
Exactly.
That's the pinnacle.
We dropped off, as you probably heard. We didn't play for a long time, and then someone had the, or Johnny Werner obviously, made the decision to get it all happening again, so we thought we'd have a bit of a go at it, and it's just gone bigger than Ben-Hur, and we've attracted number 2 guitarist. Hang on. No, you're number 1, sorry, yeah. You're number 1, I'm number 2. So Danny's, we've played on and off together, and we've just, our paths have crossed yet again, and it's really good fun. So it's just gone a year.
Well, how hard was it to get started initially? Because you need the numbers to get a band like this going. And
it was all phone calls. All phone calls. We got on the phone, or I got on the phone. I met with Mick, the singer, and then we spoke about who should be in the band. And luckily we had Chris, the sax player. Chris was a young fellow who was very enthusiastic, and he wrote 30 brass charts in one night nearly.
Then his mum would drop him off for practice.
Yeah,
he was on
really young. He was only 17, 16 or something. But he wrote all of the charts, so we were really lucky to have him. And the very first rehearsal, I think we played about 26 songs or something, and we were all that surprised.
Yeah, you're the new man in town.
I was
kicking
very,
my ass.
Very envious. No, that's not true at all. Very envious through the 90s. I was playing weddings, and we might cross paths like what was it called in Moe, where you had Carlucci's and
and upstairs.
Yeah, I remember sneaking in to look at you guys and going, I wish I was in that band. And yeah, and they had a lot of guitarists through over the years, like Scotty Tapar.
Yeah, Scotty,
Ning Hopkins, another local legend.
Yeah, Ning played when I was away. Yeah,
and then when they both stepped aside, I was in there like a shot.
I reckon we might have different ideas about this. I'm not sure, but we've been playing back together for nearly 2 years now. A bit over 2 years. Yeah. And what we're doing tonight, we've got Louis jumping up. We've got a fine vocalist hopping up tonight as well. To every gig we play, we're having at least 3-4 guests get up and guest. We've had
5 drummers last week.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
It's great.
It's awesome. We had a couple of guest vocalists.
I think because we all headed off into a very community-orientated directions. We're all getting really heavily involved in the community, so we've sort of brought that thinking across to this. So it's still a really tight outfit, but people are getting a chance to come and sit in with us and feel what it feels like.
You know, it only takes one word of encouragement to someone to say, you're doing pretty good, and you can change your life. You know.
And what's the payoff for you guys at the end of doing something like that?
Well, just to hear, just to get, and see maybe down the track, that guy got up and done a couple of songs with us, and now he's bloody kicking ass doing this, doing that,
And it's like sharing. It's like, anything you love, if you can share it, it's even better. Like I've done played enough notes, So I'm more than happy to give the guitar over and go and see what it sounds like for the punters, as well as enjoy, someone that I wouldn't normally get to see, because not many bands you get to do that.
It's not often you get a chance to sit in with a band this big. You always get your 5-piece or your 4-piece, but you don't get the whole gamut with the brass and the keys. And it's a pretty special, as you know, it's a special thing,
We just really like playing. We like each other. We're all very good mates, and have been mates since we were basically kids, since we were 20. We play for ourselves, and if we get some gigs, that's good. Basically, we put on all those gigs at Yanar just to play for our friends and just try and have some fun for ourselves. And it just built and built and built every month until they couldn't fit all the people in anymore.